So we have two people who are going to be giving welcoming remarks to us, and I want to introduce them very quickly. Jeff Ward, we're very honored to have Jeff Ward, a Director of Community Culture and Heritage at the Waghmatuck First Nation, to give a land acknowledgement, provide welcoming remarks, and drum for us. Jeff is a Mi'kmaq knowledge keeper and sharer with over 30 years of experience conducting ceremonies, talking circles, and justice circles. He joined us to give welcoming remarks in our last conference, and we are very happy to welcome him back again today. So, Jeff.
Adultio. Bonjour tout le monde. Bienvenue. Coming to how? Coming to how? How's she going? Who's your father, bud? I like to speak all languages best way I can, acknowledge. And it's important that we acknowledge what is a land acknowledgement. What is it? It's a formal statement recognizing and respecting Indigenous people who have been on this land since the beginning of time. It's important to recognize our creation story. It's a way to honor Indigenous connection to the land and acknowledge the impacts of colonization. These statements may vary, but commonly include the recognition of Pacific Indigenous groups and expresses gratitude for the stewardship of the land. See, it's very important to know why we do this and the meaning behind it. And that's what I do when I drum, when I sing, I teach the meanings behind it too as well. Wow, that microphone is amazing. I'm glad to be here today in rather than online. I know last year I was online, but it's beautiful to be here in person. Everybody online, how's she going? It's good to see everybody. This territory, Jabuktuk, which is in Sepnagni, which is in Mi'kma'ki of the Wabanagi territory, is covered by treaties of peace and friendship, which the Mi'kmaq Wolastoq people and Passamaquoddy first signed in 1725 in the New England states. And then later, a year later in 1726, right here in Jabuktuk, Halifax. The treaties did not deal with the surrender of lands or resources, but in fact recognized Indigenous title and established rules for what was going to be an ongoing relationship. We are all treaty people. Also, I'd like to recognize the 400+ year history of the community's African descent and the 50 strong and resourceful African Nova Scotia communities that exist today. I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the commitment to the struggle against systems of oppression that have resulted in profound inequalities and denial of self-determination rights. And I know that in our hearts, and all of us in this room are working actively to deepen our learning at an individual level and provide learning opportunities about anti-racism and decolonizations to all sectors, and to develop a partnership with organizations serving and led by underrepresented groups. All my relations, Tahoe. And I think that's so important that we recognize that. And in our hearts, if we know what treaties are about, when we wrote those treaties, we started off with a prayer. When we got together, we give thanks to the sun. We prayed. We prayed to the sun. And then we got together, maybe in a room like this, or we sat in a circle in a wigwam or a longhouse, wherever it may be, and then we expressed our emotions. And then we used our brains and we figured it out. And then we physically wrote it down, either through hieroglyphics, petroglyphs, paper, pen, whatever it may be. And then we prayed again. That was treaty. That's what treaties were all about. And those treaties were to protect everyone, because we knew through the whole fur trade, we signed off on the fur trade. 1 unit by 1 unit, height of a musket, year 1. Height of a musket, year 2, height of a musket. Wait a minute, you guys signed off on it. Height of a musket, height of a musket, height of a musket. So we knew what greed was about. So when we signed those treaties back in the day, it was to protect everybody. If you were selling oats, goats, teas, blankets, it was to be done in a truck house, in a fair place. That's what treaties are about. Don't forget the spirit of it. So now when we say we are all treaty people, you'll be like, yeah, we are. We're all treaty people. So I'll start with the morning prayer as we're coming together here for a very important issue, an amazing issue, an issue that I believe truly in, that we believe truly in as Indigenous people. It goes back to the hunting and providing for our people. Everybody had a role. So everybody had income since the beginning of time. You know, we're so worried about AI. AI is going to take over, artificial intelligence, AI, but we have AIK. Yes, authentic Indigenous knowledge. It's here. It's here. So I'll start with a prayer. Let us respect who we are as humans. My people, let us gather. Let us greatly respect our ancestral lineage, our roots. My people, let us help one another. That's a big one. It's a tongue twister. But what we're saying is, let us help one another according to the Creator's intentions for placing us here on Mother Earth. Sit Amu. So remember that. That also is the lyrics to the Mi'kmaq honor song. And a song is a prayer, and a prayer is a song. You know, that's so important. That's frequencies. If you're in the studio, you'll know that's about 100 hertz. Our IT people, technical people know that. So back in the day, if you sing 11 times higher than that drum, it actually heals. It actually heals. And when you hear that 4 beats, we're inviting all the 4 directions and we're asking the spirits to come. And sometimes you'll hear 7 beats because we got to honor where we're standing, honor our knowledge in our heart, but also the Creator. Ego, igande, ego, ego, igande, ego, ego, igande, egando, daya, ea, eo. Ego, ando, daya, ego, igande, egando, daya, ea, eo. That song is a song we always sung before all gatherings. And it's ironic that one word you hear in there, ego. English, we all have an ego, right? Well, I think the spirits are telling us, let's leave our egos at the door. Let's leave our egos at home. And as we come together, let's talk in a good way. Let's help the people in a good way. And listen to one another in a good way. Thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me to come in and to say a few words. It's a true honor. My name is Jeff Ward. I am the community director of community culture and heritage for Wagmacook. So if you're going to Cape Breton, you're coming to Cape Breton, take the highway up. If you're going to the ferry, going Newfoundland, stop at Clean Wave Restaurant. Just amazing, amazing. Our seafood chowder, award-winning. Just saying. Just saying. But it's amazing food, and the people are so kind. I guarantee you. And wait till next year. It's going to be amazing. Wait till you see what we're building. Yes. So come to Wagmacook before you go to Bedeck. We are the indigenous door to the Cabot Trail. We want to see you all. And I hope to see you all in our building. And we could share. You could come see our birch bark canoe. Ooh, made the old way. Our ancient artifacts, hieroglyphics, teachings. And just to share and come in to our gift shop, you know, support one another. And if you're looking for a conference place, we have a great hall. It's amazing. Just saying. Just saying. Stay in Bedeck, conference with us. Now we're talking. So once again, it's a true honor to be here. Jeff Ward. I am on YouTube. Like and share. Subscribe to my channel. I don't even have a channel. I'm just joking. That's what my grandson says. He always says that to me. Dada, like and subscribe to my channel. I'm like, you don't even have a channel. But Walalio, have a good day.
That was wonderful and moving. Really appreciate it. I want to now welcome our next welcoming speaker, Anna Quon. Anna Quon is a member of Basic Income Nova Scotia. She's a novelist and poet who facilitates writing workshops for the Healthy Minds Cooperative and works part-time as a creativity facilitator for the Canadian Mental Health Association Halifax Dartmouth branch. Anna was appointed Municipal Poet Laureate of Halifax in April of this year, a role she will continue to play until 2027. And we're very privileged to have Anna perform a new poem that she has written for this conference. So please help me welcome Anna.
It should be fine. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Thank you, Mandy. And thank you, Jeff, for that beautiful welcome. I'm glad to be here today. I have been interested in basic income for a long time, not as long as some of you, I'm sure, but just sort of watching how things have been developing, and I guess there's some hopeful things in the works, so keep my fingers crossed. This poem is called I Want the Revolution, But I Don't. And it sort of comes at basic income from a bit of a slant, as Emily Dickinson suggested we should, with truth. So, I want the revolution, but I don't. I want to burn this place to the ground, but I don't want the trees to wither in the heat and the century-old houses to collapse and the gravestones overturned and blackened with ash. I want justice for the people of the world, but not a justice which is barbed-wired and bludgeoning, which requires the blood of one people to ransom the blood of another. I want justice to bring balance to the world, not betray it. It's true that children play even in the camps, that people make art and music when they're hungry, that survival is possible under bullets and missiles, that humans make lives wherever they can, like grass growing under the feet of cattle. But we are not grass, and I don't want it. I don't want to hear about jumping ropes between bomb blasts, writing symphonies in secret and hiding them in a shoe, getting a bachelor's degree while living in a shelter, or how the city's occupational therapists help people in wheelchairs find a way to climb back out of a tent. I'm tired of hearing that people who have no money for breakfast are grateful for the food bank and the soup kitchens. I want them to have enough money for meals and boots, for coffee and rent, for the bus and prescriptions, enough to get by and more than enough so that they can flourish and thrive in this country we call ours. Because we are not grass, we are humans and have a right to a dignified life. We have a right to refuse revolution because we want to walk down the street in peace, to buy an apple or a can of beans in peace, for our kids to go to school in safety, for clean water to run from our taps under a roof with 4 walls, behind a door that locks, in a home, not a tent, not a car, not a shelter. We have a right to demand better without violence, to demand more without shame. Don't force us into the street for the revolution we did not choose, to claim a tomorrow that should already be ours. Thank you.